Hey everyone, welcome to Watch It Paint. In this video today we are going to be doing a thing. We're going to be painting a miniature, unsurprisingly, but we are going to be using Citadel's new contrast range. Dun, dun, dun. If you're unaware of what that is, that's Citadel's new sort of wash slash ink slash shade slash all in one. They are advising or suggesting one coat of this paint is going to be enough to do an entire colour. That's the base coat, the highlight and the shade all in one. It's supposed to pool in the recesses and run off of the raised parts, producing the highlights all in one go. So let's give this a try. You know, I'm all for painting miniatures faster, getting them to the table sooner and playing our game. So for this particular tutorial, we are going to be painting a Warhammer 40k model, and that's a Tyranid. I don't know anything about Warhammer, as you guys well know, but I do know a man who does. Benson is back. Congratulations, Benson. You made it back to the channel. We have missed you. So we're going to be just demonstrating here. We are using two new Citadel color primers. This one particularly is Grey Seer, and the next one we'll show you is Wraith Bone. Now, Grey Seer is a grey primer which helps use with these contrasts to produce a cooler tone to the overall look and feel of the miniature. And then the Wraith Bone one is for a warmer tone, much better with organic material. So as always, the primers will just work like normal. Give them a good shake and then apply the primer side to side, nice, smooth, even coats. Spin the model, put that on a piece of card, guys, so you can turn it without touching the paint. We were in a mega rush before the storm arrived. And then once you've finished applying it, tip upside down the can and spray until the nozzle runs clear. Then we're going to wait for that to dry, and then Benson is going to be on it. He is inside in the warm. Skeleton Horde is the first colour of this particular miniature. We're only actually going to be using 3 colours for this miniature. Now that's for a couple of reasons, really. These miniatures are fairly simple to paint, and then the second one is these contrast paints are ridiculously hard to get hold of, and we actually only have a handful of colours to choose from, so that's going to really dictate what colour sort of scheme we're going to go for here. So let us know in the comments below if you'd like to see any other colours looked at. So yeah, it's just going to be applying this Skeleton Horde colour in one thick coat all over this, forgot what it's called, this alien's limbs, really. And yeah, he's got limbs, a carapace and a gun. So that's the 3 pieces, the 3 colours we'll need to produce this model. And yeah, it's just a thick, even coat, trying to reduce any pooling on the flat surfaces, particularly letting it pool in the recesses like you would with a wash, and it's just going to really take care of itself and run off the highlights. The second colour is this Achelian green, which is a blue. This is the most confusing thing. This is why Benson is here doing this painting. He knew this was blue. I thought it was green. I was like, no, I want a blue alien. But anyway, again, one thick coat all over the carapace. Benson's actually going to be using 2 coats on this, so he will apply another coat off camera. And speaking of off camera, I'm actually sat next to him painting another one exactly the same, but I'm only going to use 1 coat of that blue on the carapace. So we'll see at the end how they look, and you guys can sort of judge for yourselves whether you'd prefer to use 1 coat or 2 coats. And it's going to be, you know, it depends on what you're painting and how you want it to look at the time. So this is just going to be one example for that. In another situation, I might choose to use 2 coats, but I preferred it looking quite a bright blue. Benson wanted to darken it down. I'll also discuss at the end. So the carapace in particular had a lot of flat surfaces. His armor was quite flat, and this worked very similar to a wash, which just ended up pooling quite a lot on the flat surfaces. So we're a bit unsure about that ourselves. The other thing to note is the wash is really, really thick. It's not particularly runny. It's quite easy to manipulate, but nevertheless, it is still a little bit runny. So sometimes we were finding the two were blurring together, even after, you know, we let it dry. We let every coat dry, because doing it while they're all wet, we were just going to end up, you know, wet blending the 2 colours together, and they were going to mix themselves. So we wouldn't appreciate that. So we're letting it dry in between each colour. But we were still finding if you ever got any other colour on the next one, it just merged them together. It blended the 2 shades, and it didn't look good. The last colour is this Leviathan blue. We need Benson here. let us know in the comments below if you'd like to see Benson do some audio, and he would know the names of these colours. They mean something, right, if you're a Games Workshop fan, a Citadel fan. So this is just a darker blue, almost purple-like, and we're going to be applying that to the bulk of the gun, this Termagant. Yes, is that right? I think so. This alien is carrying, and that's going to be it. We're just going to let that dry. I'm going to rebase it when Benson goes home, and then we're just going to show you how it looks like once it's completely dry. And obviously, putting it on a new base is always going to really finish off that miniature. And that is it. That is Benson's model. 16 minutes, guys. 16 minutes. Now, that does not include the drying time. And it's not super long. It's not like a wash, which is going to take maybe an hour to dry. It is fairly quick, but we were painting 4 miniatures, so we were rotating them round and round and round, and every time we got back to the first one, the last one was dry again. So it was super quick, 16 minutes for a miniature. Wow, that is, I know it's the fastest we've ever done on the channel, because I had to go and create the little overlay for that 16 minutes because I had nothing under 20, so fantastic. This one is my interpretation and how I got mine to look, a lot lighter blue, just one coat on that carapace, all of his armor and his feet and stuff, so that's the kind of thing you'll expect from that. Now overall, the paints, we did kind of like them. It's nothing you couldn't achieve without a lot of layers of wash and lots of carefulness, and as I mentioned, it did pool on the flat areas, which we didn't massively appreciate, and we struggled with the carapace looking how we wanted it to. This is just an example of wash, so just playing around. This is work in progress, but this is just using some army painter washes I had very quickly, very roughly. Not even started to tidy that up yet, but you can see semi-achieving the same look and feel, but taking massively longer, just waiting for that to dry every time. 30 minutes plus between coats, and it needed multiple coats, not this one thick coat. So very interesting. We would love to try some more. I think the consistencies, we've only used five colours because we started painting up this Astra Militaria as well, 5 or 6 colours, and the consistency between them varies drastically, so we need to get used to that, and we're not quite sure whether we like that. Well, we don't like it, but whether you can get used to it and use it to your advantage. Let us know in the comments below if you'd like to see this miniature painted next and how we get on. Let us know if you want to have Benson in the room and give you his opinion from his mouth, from the horse's mouth himself, let you know what he thinks. I'm still on the fence. I would like to try some more. 16 minutes is going to rope me in. As always, please do check out Patreon, support the channel, let us buy some more of these very expensive contrast paints and see how we get on. Thank you all ever so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.